Hey guys, it's Green Day Bowser. If you're wondering where my arm went by, that's because I have to turn this down. The volume was way too loud the way it was, so I guess you could hear it after all. So, I turned it down to a point where, like, I can't even really hear it, but I bet you because the way the microphone is, you guys can! So, Kaori I never really did much work on, but I do like her, and I just gave her that gear the other day. So she used to look way different. I made her look like Peach back then, because she's a princess, but then I ended up, like, not. So, here's the 4 that I'll be doing, and it's fun, and yeah. So let's get started. Now, at this point, I could care less if you can hear the screen's audio. Last time it was just because of the music. But this time, here, let me turn it up slightly more. No, actually, yeah, sure, because I went down 6 points. So that would be almost half the volume. Then again, no, that's fine, because that's almost half of the volume, and it was to a point where I was getting overpowered by the announcer sometimes, but I'm still going to post it anyway, because I'm not redoing all those races. And you can still hear me enough. But this time, it's better. Now, what I like about the single events here, though, is that here you're actually going against someone. So, like, it's kind of cool to be like, yeah. All at the same time, that did upset me, because I actually wanted to... Actually, yeah, it does kind of upset me. Let's not. I forgot that it did that, so I'm gonna use her for my Conquer the Mountain, and then do the events in there. Because it's actually so much easier to do them here. Because the way that the events work here is you get the different heats and the finals and the scores. I would have done the races through here, but then the race video would have been way too long, because it takes you 2 runs. The heats, the semifinals, and the finals for every race. Meanwhile, this, if you do good enough, oh wow, I'm still on the top peak from Gratitude. But if you do good enough, I'm just gonna transport. Where's the transport? Transport's down here. Yeah, but if you do good enough, then you actually get to skip. So I'm gonna do this stuff. I'll do the Peak 1 Jam and the Peak 1 Race later. But anyway, so you get to see the gondola scenes, actually, because those are kind of cool. And you get to see closer versions of their outfits. But the way I'm doing this one is different because it's easier to do them from here. R&B is one of my favorite courses ever, so this is going to be great. See, I like it better this way, because this is like real standings. So, I don't really like the balance systems, though, from this. I got so used to the fact that the rails are magnetized in 2012 to a point where your board magically sticks to it if you land it, and it gets kind of irritating trying to balance sometimes, honestly. Like that, because I flipped around off of one and then I didn't magnetize to it, which you would have in 2012. So I have to get used to this course again because it's been a long time since I've actually played it. Because last time I played, I just did races. That's all I did. Although I did do the Peak 1 Jam for score. And so I did do this. Because it was basically the backcountry and then R&B. So I'm normally better than this, although I don't know what my problem is today. Probably because I forgot that she's literally level 2. And like everyone else is up, well not everyone, but like Simon's up to level 10. And she's up to level 2, so she's way worse than Simon is. I mean, it's not her fault, it's just I didn't work on her. Which is funny, because she's one of my favorites. It's actually, on 2012, they're actually at the same level. They're both level 9s. But Tane's the one that's overboard, which is why, so. There we go. Basically, all you need to do is get the silver, or for the first run, and then you can skip the second run. And you go straight to the finals. Which is the easy part. Okay, let's do some of these Uber rails now. Or not. See, it's hard to get on the rails here, too. The rail box is tighter. It's not as tight as it was in 1. I hate the rail timing in 1. But I mean, hey, it's not horrible. It's not like the worst thing in the world. Ugh. I'm normally better than this. Part of it's because I'm on camera. I've explained that with most games. As soon as I hit camera, I'm bad. Because I'm doing it for someone else. And as soon as someone watches, I'm bad. Like, I'm so much better when someone's not watching, because I'm able to just be like, yeah, if I screw up, all it upsets is myself. And then I don't screw up. But I feel like when I'm recording, I try to be good, and I'm like, okay, I'm good at this game, let's do it. And then I'm like, no, not good enough, never mind. Because if you look, this is already the edge of the course, and I like literally did super bad. So I'm gonna have to do the second run, but that's perfectly fine. Because the second run is just... Well, actually, no, I don't have to. It's based on if you're... Yup, never mind, I don't have to. It's as long as you have enough to be in the top 30 at the end. So here I have to beat 163 to get the silver, so that is my goal. But I don't know if... I definitely can't get the 306, I know that. Oh, never mind. Luckily, if you restart, you just restart the heat. But, anyway. I know I'm not going to get the 306. That's not happening. That is never going to happen. Like, I already know that is never going to happen. And Kaori bombs again. Poor KO. KO Kaori. One hit KO. Okay, I'm sorry, that was dumb. But she's Kaori, I have to. Like, I used to call her Kaori because, like, especially because the fact that I punched people a lot with her. Surprisingly, because she's one of the sweetest people ever, and yet I always knocked people over with her. So she's KO-Ri. So I used to call her Knockout Ri, like as a joke. And then I was like, never mind. That's kind of dumb. But I do love Kaori. She's one of my favorites. She'll always be one of my favorites. I like her hair in 2012, but I don't like her face in 2012. So I like her better in this one. But I like her hair better in 2012, and I wish that was an option here. The black with the pink streak is amazing. But, I do like the pigtails, especially when you get the other versions, which are blue and pink and stuff like that. Which is, obviously, if you haven't noticed, she has pink pigtails, and you just landed on your head. That's basically what happens when I play SSX 1, and that's why I absolutely hate SSX 1. Because that's really all that happens, is I literally land on the back of my head. That's the only reason why I don't like it, because I'm bad at it. And so, like, I know that even though I'm sucking now, I'm decent at this one. So, at this point, I don't really care that I'm doing kind of bad. Because I know that I can be decent. Oh, I did that too early. Whatever, that's fine. The ramps are here. I normally have it Uber enough to where I do something really cool by then. But I've bombed enough moves here that I'm not at the Uber state. And to a point where I'm crashing a lot too, so I mean, I don't know. I know this should be enough for me to at least get the bronze and get some money for it, but I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna cry if I don't get it. Like, I mean, like I said, I don't care at this point. Now, if I were playing SSX, I'd literally probably punch something if I didn't get the bronze, because I can't play it worth a crap. And so, like, it's so frustrating to see me do so bad. Oh, there we go, bronze. I'm on the map. I have 25% of the course left to get basically double the score, which is probably not going to happen because there's no big errors. Sure, I could easily get that through 1 times 10, but the thing is I'm not good enough with the times 10s to do it. Did I really just bop my head against that? Wow. Bad. I didn't keep my meter full enough is the problem, but... That and that kept happening, so there's also that. So yeah, it would have been close, but I bombed too many things, so bronze it is. But that's okay, this is my favorite course ever. Like, I wish that there was an up-res version of it. Like, they could have easily snuck this somewhere without the obvious SSX 3 tournament-style buildings, but they could have left the line the same. I don't know, it's just me talking, but that would be awesome. But time for me to do Crow's Nest, even though I don't really like Crow's Nest very much. I've never been good at the big air events.
Week 1's Crow's Nest is where SSX competitors will be facing off in a short but sweet big air event. A lot of world-class talent's going to be hucking it up huge. Don't miss out.
But yeah, I can't wait for Dysfunction Junction, because that's one of my favorite courses. So like, I see people do all these weird stuff when they do their runs. You're gonna see that my Dysfunction Junction run isn't nearly as good as anyone else's. But that's because I don't do the weird stuff that everyone else does. Like the weird rail bouncing or anything. Like, sure, it could get you a good score, but that's not how I play. Like, I'm not gonna go for something like that. Oh wow, I tripped at the end, but that's okay. That's kind of a decent score. Mainly because I got the Uber at the end of it. But I do have to always have to do the next heat here, which means I usually only have to get like 12,000 points. Which I can get done on the first rail usually, or the first jump usually. And if not, then second rail to the rescue. I keep saying rail, I mean jump, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at speaking today. La. La la la. Trips and falls again. Wow, Kaori. I hate how everyone pronounced her name Kaori in this game. It's Kaori. I mean, come on. Kaori. How hard is that? Kaori, not Kaori. Okay, here we go. I only need a 27, but the thing is, it's kind of hard for me. Honestly. And that stunted my air. Pretty bad. But that's kind of okay. I got 5,000 out of it. There you go. On the map. On the radar. And trips right at the end. They have to reset her at the end just because she's flats on her face. Bronze. So, yay. Bronze medal. So that's that. And I also have to transport to Junction, which is Dysfunction Junction, and then I'll do the Happiness Jam.
Here's the latest in SSX coverage. It's all happened tonight over on Peak 1 with competitors throwing
Super Pipes. The thing is, this is the only Super Pipe I'm good at. I can't even do Peak 2s. Like, I mean, come on. I can't do any of the trick events. I can only do the race events on the higher peaks. Slow-mo shot. Okay, these are really easy though, because you only need 154, and like, it's actually really easy to get ahead of that. Now, like, I was watching the Olympic Super Pipe, which is the half-pipe event, but they called it a Super Pipe because it was tall enough and supposedly vertical enough. But not only was the bottom ridiculously bad, but to make things worse, like, it was too slanted, so it wasn't even really vertical like they said it was. Let's see, no one was throwing up tricks that were big. The height wasn't as good as they said it was going to be. I mean, I guess that's just the fact that I played this game too much that was disappointing me. But I mean, come on. You could have totally threw up something cool, and yet no one ever did. Everyone was all just like, yo, like, Shaun White tried to do this weird thing. I didn't actually watch the final round yet, but I saw the qualifying part. And like, Shaun White tried to do his Nick Twist or whatever the heck it's called in the qualifier, and it didn't do him much justice. And so I just kind of laughed because I'm like, dude. And to think, he tried to make a game that was better than SSX quote, only it was too realistic and too stupid, and so I was like, no, it's not good. Like, no one liked it. And if you did like it, then that's okay. That just means you probably didn't like SSX too much, which is perfectly fine. But most people who like SSX don't like it. And the thing is, a lot more people like SSX compared to that. So you're not gonna get, like, you're not gonna get many fans if a bunch of people already like a series that's been out longer and is better done. And I already get to skip to the final, which is slightly harder in the requirements, but that's okay. You can see what I mean, but I'm actually kind of good at this one. I already have the first place spot, and the requirements are so high, or not so high, but so low that it's kind of easy to do it. Like, you get so much air, especially considering my meter only, since I was at the top already, my meter only had to do one thing to do it. So now all I need to do is start all the Uber chains, and as long as I don't land something badly, I'm fine. Like, if I trip and fall, then I trip and fall, and I screw up. But if I don't screw up, I'm fine. The whole night fell right, yeah, the executioners get the music on tight. Oh, God, I love this song. Yeah, gear it up, yeah, you just tripped, son. Okay, let's restart. The thing is, you don't get enough momentum if you fall, so usually if you fall in the real event, since there's no resets to get you back up, if you fall in the real event, then that's it, you fell. and you have to just go to the finish line with what you have. The only sad thing about restarting is I have to completely refill my meter, which is actually kind of easy if you think about it. The trick style is so broken in this game that all you have to do really is mash stuff, and it works perfectly. Like, holding one grab isn't even how things work anymore. Like, you get a bunch of points for holding one grab, but different grabs are, like, awesome, and it's weird. Like, I don't know. You get more style points if you do more grabs, because then it gets all stalled and late and everything, and then it's kind of funny. Jibbo, whatever heck that is. I forgot how to do signatures, though, is the sad thing. Because I know hers is a periodic grind, but I forgot how to do it. Okay, I'm done. I only got silver, but that's because I knew I was gonna bomb if I did another trick. If I did another trick, I was gonna bomb. So just because this is my favorite of them, I am going to do this one again. Just like I did with Gratitude in the race events. This is my favorite trick event, so I'm doing it again. And because I restarted the event and I already had a meter, my meter's already maxed out. I love how the meter works. Basically, because I finished that event with a full meter, it already gave it to me. So as long as I don't go overboard, I'm good. Sure, look her. I don't know how to do the periodic grind. Oh wait, is it all four? No, it's not. I have to look at how to do them again. I used to know how, because I used to always do Simon's Guillotine, and that was a cheat move. And Kaori's, Periodic Grinds. That move always screws me up, the bar hop. It's usually like the immediate screw up for me. And cash in. Ka-ching. K-O-R-E. K-O-R-E. I'm gonna go for that 200,000 one day. That's the best score ever, like, on here. I can do better than that, though. I just haven't tried. This is the thing. I'm always like, okay, that's the end, let's cash that in, but if you do really good and you chain a lot of stuff together, you can get massive moves. As long as you keep changing them up and you're not getting repeat tricks, then your score is gonna be massive. Massive. So, really, that's all you have to do. Is let yourself get these huge things. Although I am still cutting it somewhat close in some of them. Like that! Again, I have to restart this one, because I have to pick up my meter again. But that's perfectly fine. Because the first flip is supposedly really good for that. To kind of help you, and then you just use your speed to get your way up. And then you start doing mass flips, and it's like, yo, mass flip. Because I'm already in the 8,000s, and now that I have my meter, 10,000s, here we come. That's another 40,000 that'll come in, which means really I only need to get one. Well, based on how much this calculator goes up, I might really not even need that much. I don't know if I can do it right now, but probably not. I should just not risk it. Yeah, I didn't get the gold again, but I didn't want to risk it because I got to the edge of the track. So really what I need to do is I need to learn how to get some things pulled off better. And then that's it. So, no, not yet. Actually, I need to transport. I was going to do the Happiness Jam. Happiness Jam. Yo.
And you're back with Radio Big.
Kaori. 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 You have to helicopter to the backcountry, but otherwise everything else is on gondola. So, this is basically a trick event, and it gets frustrating. I just did it with her. Because I did it with Simon a long time ago, but I just did it with her. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but I might be able to. I lost the race earlier, if you saw the race video with Simon, but otherwise, like, that wasn't a problem. I'm going to have to find the clear, transparent versions of, like, these ones, though, because I have transparent pictures of Simon and Kaori and everyone from 2012, but I want the original them for my thumbnails. Like, that's going to be how that works. And I might not even have to, like, put them on the icon, but I probably will, just because it's nicer. It looks nicer, and I'm actually kind of doing good. Sure, I'm not that far ahead of him yet, but as you do better, you get farther and farther ahead. And so, like, he did enough of a trick, but he's ahead of me is the thing. So, like, as long as I pull equally massive tricks, or more massive in that case, on the same platforms, I get more than him, since he's ahead of me. It's always best to be the farthest one back, in the case of these. In fact, all trick events, like, especially if you're playing 2012, with a ghost, it's best to be the farthest back. Because if you're the farthest back, then that means that if you see them do something massive, you can do something massive, and you'll obviously fly above them. I don't know how I'm still ahead of him, though. Like, I guess he's not really tricking much. Because, like, I'm doing these minor things and bombing half of them, and yet I'm still at a point where I'm a lot ahead of him. The thing is, though, there's certain jumps that the CPU will do great things on, and then you kind of sit there like, how did you do something that great when I can't? And so that's where you need to go to get your gap back, and, like, it's kind of hard sometimes. Combos are good too, so it's nice to rack those up. It always is. Because, like, in 2012, combos are the key to golds. But in here, that's not necessarily the case, because the gold standard is way lower. So, like, come on. Tripping over stuff again. Yay! Tripping is always fun. Trees. Trees. And more trees. Trees. Okay, this works. Does it? Yeah, okay. I have not done the jam for the trick jam here in a long time. And so it's fun. Especially now that I've done so much 2012 on Lockjaw. And while the tricks aren't exactly the same, the line is almost the same, minus the falling rocks. I hate the falling rocks. Or the falling icicles and the falling rocks and everything. Those don't all happen in 2012, luckily. Oh, that's like the one monster trick I know how to do. Like, I don't even know how I do it, and then it just randomly happens. Like, I randomly get the Aphrodite done, and then I'm like, how the heck? Like, I just flipped. I don't even know how I do it. Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, that's the thing. I honestly, like, although I complained to both of my friends, so if either of you watch this, I should apologize. I complained to both of my friends that I button mash in fighting games, and then they do cool things. For me, that's SSX 3. Like, 2012, I know how to do things, because it's easy. But in 3, they broke the game so much that you can mash and do cool things. So, like, I literally just swirl around my fingers along the D-pad and the buttons, like, in circles, and then I hold one or two of the triggers, and it works. So, like, I just got the first place here, and, like, it worked, and I button mashed and I did the Aphrodite, because it's actually a really easy one to button mash. So, yeah, that's actually it. So, thank you for watching the trick runs. I should totally save my progress, actually. Yes. So, like I said, thank you for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this, because it's kind of cool to do something like this every once in a while that isn't something boring like Sims is starting to get, honestly, I bet you. So I'm sorry for overloading you with Sims, and I hope you enjoyed Minecraft, and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and SSX, and yeah, I'm definitely going to do more different things. So, thanks for watching SSX, and it's awesome. Like, the thing is, when I said Minecraft, I was going to say it fast. I was going to be like, Minecraft, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, SSX, but then I stuttered, and so it made me sound like I was calling this Minecraft, but I wasn't. This is SSX, but those are the 3 main things that I started uploading other than Sims, so I really hope you do enjoy it. Thank you for watching this.